Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and today I want to look at what's new in my store this week in the archery shop. So I want to take you through new products that have arrived in my store, and let's just have a quick look at them. Now, a lot of these products you may have already seen, they're just new in my store, so it might have taken a while for me to get them in stock for whatever reason. So let's just take a look at them. This product I want to look at is the CBE X4 Arrow Rest. Now, this was released in the Vegas shoot in February, and I actually had these ordered in February, and there was issues with customs and all that sort of stuff, and they've only just come back in now. I can't remember what the issue was, but this is the arrow rest here. Now, this is a blade arrow rest. Blade arrow rests are very popular for target archery. You can see the single bolt-on position. Now, this blade's kind of interesting. This is like the old trophy taker with just a single hole as opposed to the double hole. Micro adjustment on the side. You can change the angle through that screw there. Now, what's unique about this is you can detach it from the bow like a sight, so you can take it off and fit it back on. You're thinking, why would I want to do that? You may want to do that for travel, but the real reason why you want to do this, I'm just going to put this on. You can see here on the side of the bar, you've got three little spots where this can connect on. There, and there. Now, the real reason why you wanted this, people talk about torque tuning their arrow rest, which is moving this arrow rest in or out to make the arrow more forgiving to shoot. With the CBE X4, it's as simple as 1 position, 2 positions, 3 positions. So you basically shoot them in the 3 positions and see which one you shoot better in. Really, really simple. If you want to detach it, let's say you want to attach this to fit a indoor arrow rest to the bow, you slide it off, fit the indoor arrow rest, fit this back on. It's kind of a take on the swap arrow edge from Spot Hog, where you can detach the actual head itself. But the Spot Hog, to do the torque tuning, you're basically doing this because it's just one bolt to bolt it on, so you're also changing the angle. So torque tuning on other blade arrow rests and other arrow rests, not that simple. With this system here, very, very simple. Like it, price point on this is going to be around 260 Australian dollars, I think. Yeah, nice little product, only new in this week. It's been released on the market since February, but they weren't available in February. So I couldn't actually buy them at the Vegas shoot, but I saw them in the Vegas shoot. So, new products in this week. Doodle, Doodle. Now, these have been on the market for a number of years, and back when I was a kid, these were big. And when I was a kid, it was 1985. So that's how long these have been in business for. Now, why am I getting these back in the store? I thought they were a good arrow rest for finger shooters, for release aid shooters. They capture the rest nicely. The arrow stops the arrow falling off, and the arrow rest actually falls away to the side, so suitable for fingers or release aid shooting. Doodle, owned by Specialty Archery. Nice little product, and once again, you're in my store. I actually don't have a price on this because I haven't priced it up. They'll be on the website. So this is a new compound bow from Topoint Archery. Now, this looks like the other bow from Topoint Archery, but it's different. I'm going to show it to you. I haven't done a review on it, but I want to show you the difference. Only new in this week. Now, this is called the Topoint Reliance or Stronghold or something like that. Now, they've got two bows which are almost identical, and it's very easy to think they are the same bow, but I'm going to show you the differences. If you are looking at, this is about a 38-inch bow axle. It's got the dual yoke system here. If you order the red, then it comes with the red here, moving yoke system here. Rotating modules, you don't need a bow press. Limbs are reinforced up here to fit onto a bow press. The other version of the Topoint target bow has a different cable slide. This is the roller cable slide, and you can move these left or right for torque tuning. String stop down the bottom, a lower mount cable guard here. Now, what makes this bow a bit unique, actually the finish on the limbs looks a bit unique. I'm going to try and zoom in. Look, it's like a carbon finish. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a film, but it's nicely finished. Two sight holes there. Now, okay, so price point on this bow in the Australian market, about 830 Australian dollars. Americans going to say, well, that's expensive. If this bow was selling in America, I'm going to guess around 500 bucks. So, you know, towards half price of the other target bows on the market, and even a third of your top of the line Hoyt bows on the market. And this is a pretty good bow. So the finish on it, Topoint have done some stuff which is a bit different. Here you can see the finish here. I'll try to zoom in. You can see they've done a pattern. Now, the machinists who do this sort of stuff inform me that this is done on purpose. And actually, it's a bit more work to do to put that pattern in the metal as opposed to smooth. Because I just thought they just did a bit of a rush job, but the people inform me this is done on purpose. Now, I am going to say that some of the machining, I'm going to try and find the spots. Some of the machining, where they've done it, actually these are all pretty, I know there's a rough spot here somewhere. Oh, just there. So the inside there is actually sharp. So the inside of that bit there's sharp. This little red edge here is a bit sharp. That should be rounded. But overall, it's pretty good. It's just like the little bits which they kind of missed out on. So that there, the inside of that thing there should have been rounded. The rest of it's pretty good. The anodizing's excellent. Metal limb pockets, pretty good little product, great price point. I think this thing would shoot great. I think the weight on is about 5.3 pounds. Okay, so things I'd like to see improved on this bow. It's a blue. So I'm going to say this is awesome here, coloured matching yokes. I would like matching strings. So blue bow I like blue strings, or blue and black strings. Green bow I like green and black strings. But, you know, minor things, but this is, you know, stuff I try and pick up on. It's got a little card there with all the specs. Kind of zoom in on that. That's good. So overall, I think that's a pretty good product. I like to see it in the shop. Shop that may be looking messy because it's just Saturday afternoon, and Saturday afternoon in my shop is crazy. So these are new from Topoint. Micro adjustable hunting sights, 5-pin micro pins. Micro adjustment left and right, micro adjustment up and down. They come in black or camo. Nice pin system. The pins are enclosed in metal. Price point on these is, I'm pulling a number out there, so don't hold me on it, 35 bucks, maybe 50 bucks, right? Really well priced. American dollars, it'd be around 30 bucks. So great price point. This is also new from Topoint. You can see the, God, I almost got that. It's got like the IQ system in here where you can see like a green dot when you line it up correctly. I did get it the first time I pulled it in. There, I think, almost. Anyway, it's got the, there it is there. See, you can see the little green thing to show you you're not torquing the bow. That's adjustable by that up there. Full metal housing, fiber optics are enclosed there, enclosed in the pins. The price point on this bow, this sight, micro adjustment up and down, toolless, left and right. Price point on this sight's about 70 bucks. That's Australian. I'm going to guess it's around that. American dollars, what, 45 bucks? I don't know, something like that. Pretty well priced. Topoint have great price points on stuff. Okay, other new products in this week. So I'm going to miss some, but I'm just trying to remember what came in new, so just bear with. So in my shop, I have heaps of new stuff coming literally every week. This is a PSE tumbler, so it's a thermos to hold your coffee, tea. Price point, I haven't actually price pointed it up yet. Metal inside, clear kind of housing. For drinking in the car, the little lip comes back. This is handy. If you're bringing coffee to your girlfriend at work, I don't know how many people do that, but if you are, you don't want to spill your coffee in your car, because like coffee running down the front console into your stereo system, and it's an expensive stereo system, bad look. Yes, I've been there and done that, so that's the reason why I brought these. They fit in nicely, so yeah, it saves me buying a new stereo system for the Merc. Other new products, PSE with t-shirts. There's a whole bunch of different fabrics, and some fabrics are good and some fabrics are not good, and some clothing's good and some clothing's not good. This is new. I like clothing. They don't sell that well as far as clothing is concerned. This is a nice soft t-shirt material. When I say I like PSE, people can say, yeah, sure you do. I like the fabric to be kind of soft and light. I don't like the thick, heavy cotton t-shirts. This is soft and light, heavy t-shirt. This is like an olive. Let's go new from PSE. There's a lot of PSE clothes I don't like. So this here, this is the same sort of material as the grey one. It's a soft one. So if you're familiar with buying other archery t-shirts, this material is very much like the Doodle t-shirt. It's like the old PSE t-shirt, which was Target. It had the Target on the front of it. The PSE t-shirt, which had the red PSE logo on the front. This is the same sort of material. I'm a big fan. They're probably going to retail for about 25 Australian dollars. You probably pick them up in America for about 20. Now with t-shirts, I actually don't make any money. I literally pump them out there. Some people are wearing PSE t-shirts. Okay, so Neet is one of my favorite companies of all time. So all these people who do stuff, I always look at what quivers they shoot, because the ones who've got big loud mouths generally are shooting, they're generally like, yes, we're pro-American, and they're generally shooting Chinese quivers. Neet is an American-made company. They're all about supporting American-made workers. And yes, I'm Australian, but I love the whole concept. When I was young, I went to America and I met Brenda from Neet, the daughter of the owners who owned it, because they've now passed along. And Neet was all about, look, we actually support these families. It's all about supporting families, having a family-based business in America, and that's very much what PSE is. And I love that whole message of supporting, it's part of their job is supporting the people, the workers who work there, and their families. So this is the Neet Quiver. So it's sorry, wrap it out the packet. So it's a field quiver. The arrows point backwards. It's a 505. Now Neet stuff's generally pretty affordable. It's always really well made. All the quivers I shoot are Neet. We've been shooting Neet literally since I was a kid. Mum still has a Neet quiver, which is now 40 years old, and it looks like as good as the day she got it. The black one I shoot's leather. The other one I shoot's vinyl. Vinyl will wear with time. Leather is great. So this is the 505 pointing backwards. It's quite rigid. You can see it's rigid. Price point on this, I'm gonna get it wrong. They say probably 40 American dollars, 43 American dollars it probably sells for. In Australia, around 65 Australian dollars. Now I think that prices this really well. It's got a big pocket, pocket on the outside here, a little hook there. This would be for your, maybe binoculars you're going to carry there, but I'd be putting arrow lube. What's the other thing I'd put there? Arrow pullers. I'd be putting here. So I'd be putting here scorecards and pens, phone obviously in the middle, and some tools, Allen key sets. This, if you can kind of see, this is where the arrow is going. I'm going to show you how the arrow is going here. Now I have both. I have the 491 or 495 hip quiver from Neet, and I shoot the Neet 4230 leather quiver. That's the one which points frontwards. So this is how the quiver's arrows will sit in, and we're just going to grab a whole bunch of arrows. I like this system. I like the plastic at the top, and whoops, God, that just hit my dog in my head. Okay, so on my hip quiver, my 495, I put a whole pile of arrows. So I'm shooting about 30 arrows at a time, and basically it kind of flexes, and sometimes an arrow will fall out. In fact, one of the qualifying shoots I shot in, one of my arrows fell out as I was walking back from the shoot. I didn't realize it, so I actually shot 5 arrows that end, and I think I was 6 points off the Australian qualifying score to make the Australian qualifying team, and it's basically the arrow fell on the ground. That's okay, because that's my mistake. But what I'm saying with this is, like, I put a whole pile of arrows in here, and because of the rigid design, it tends to hold it pretty well. Like this quiver, like the price points, and I think compared to the other quivers in the market at that price point, I think it's pretty well priced. So okay, so I'm upstairs. This is the last product I can think of that's new for this week. So this is, I'm thinking there's actually more new products. Anyway, this is the Samick Extreme arrow. These are an AC thickness arrow, 4.2 millimeters, which is the thin carbon. So it's a little bit thicker than an X10, same size as an ACE, same size as a VAP from Victory. Carbon, they come in all the different spines. They come with obviously point. When I say they come with points, you can buy the points. Price on these arrows, now I don't have the whole specs on them yet. Samick used to make some good quality arrows in the past, and I'm talking a whole bunch of years ago now, Australians making up words, someone once said. They used to make arrows which were like ACEs, but they were really cheap. These arrows, I think, are retailing for about $110 a dozen, which puts them really, really cheap in the market. They look like a good quality carbon arrow, and basically I hope to do a review on these. There's a whole bunch of new carbon arrows like this from Fivix. I'm trying to think of the other companies who've got them that I'd like to do a review on, and just to compare and see how they shoot, bang for buck, how they shoot and how the scores are. So these are the Samick Extreme, 110 a dozen. Good value, they look great, love the graphics. So with that, I'm just going to show you some of the new Samick items that came in the Samick shipment this week. Actually, while I'm in this area, this is the new from Winwin. This is called the Advantage. So this is up from the forged riser. You can see it's a dull finish. It looks awesome. All the components are black, so they've done black here, black bushings, black, and this is going to be silver under here, isn't it? No, black. It just looks awesome with all the black. I've got them in like a metal grey, the orange, and like a copper kind of, they call it a bronze color. Looks really awesome. Price point on this a little bit more than, around $80 more than the forged riser. Retail is about 450 Australian dollars on this riser. It looks nice. It feels awesome. To me, it looks better than the forged riser. I'm not certain whether it'll shoot any better because I haven't shot it, but it looks good. Comes with a padded bag to put the bow away in. Looks good. From Winwin. So we had in this week, we had in the Discovery limbs. This is for their hunting takedown bows. Really well priced. They're a carbon foam limb. The Discovery handles, these were big sellers for me. So that thing there, that was a huge seller for me. When I say I had a fallout, we had my guy handled my sales account left, and we were having some discussions. Is that a good way to put it? We're having some discussions, and anyway, we sorted it out, and we're back doing Samick. So other new stuff. CX7 limbs from Winwin. Now some people are going to be like, well, what does it shoot like? I've got no idea. But this is what it looks like. This is what the graphics look like. Price point on these are a nice looking limb. Guess $500. They're going to be they're not up there with their $1,000 Winwin limbs, but they're more expensive than the baseline stuff. So I don't expect to sell lots of those because people generally go for the top of the line. They'll generally they'll either be bottom line $200, $300 limbs, or they'll jump straight to $1,000. Not many people buy the $500 limbs. Extreme limbs from Samick. These are carbon foam limbs. These look nice. These came in this week. These have been popular. They sell for about $220 Australian, about 150 American dollars. Carbon foam, awesome. The Max Pro riser. This is top of the line Samick Olympic riser, just there. Price point on this I think is about 700. It's like a dull orange. The grip feels pretty good. Hopefully I'll be able to try one of these out. Currently I'm shooting the ATF from Winwin, but we'll hopefully try out one of these shortly. I just haven't had much time this week to shoot, so problem when I walk around my shop, I'm going, look at all these new products, and I'm like, and you just don't get a chance to try them all out. The Ultra came in this week from Samick. This is the same price point as the Max Pro. This is that black. Grip feels the same as the Max Pro. The grip actually feels pretty good. We'll try these out in time. It actually takes me a while to do these videos and edit them, so as I'm looking at all these boxes here, I'm like, what are those boxes? But anyway. Oh, I want to show you these. So this is new from Winwin. Winwin went through a naming change. So they went from SF, which is Sebastian Flute, to WNS, and they just had a whole name change. They renamed their Forge risers Motives, and they renamed their premium riser Delta, I think is the way it is. This is the Delta riser. And what they did with the Delta is instead of being plain colors, they really brightened it up and made them colorful. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is the Delta riser. But yeah, all their colors as far as Delta's concerned, this riser is probably about $230 riser, are always like neon, very bright. They look nice. The paint finish on Winwin is just awesome. The grip feels nice. Like it's a great finished bow. With Winwin, I find it really confusing as far as to work out which bow to buy because like they all look good, and honestly when people come in my store and they're like, oh, we want to buy a bow, and I go, okay, what's your budget? And they're like, we don't know. And I'm like, well, I don't know which bow to sell you. It's like because the bows are like all $50 difference in price. So like the premium or the Delta is, let's say, $230. The Forge is like $350. The FC, this is new. FC, this is a carbon riser. I think it's $530. Complete carbon riser. So when a person comes in and goes, well, I don't know how much I want to spend, I'm like, I don't know how much you want to spend either. Anyway, that's the FC. That's a carbon riser. Winwin's really gone bright colours now. I think it looks good. I think they're doing good stuff, whoever's designing their products. This is interesting. See, I've changed this. With my other bow I was shooting, and don't ask me which one I was shooting because I get confused with the numbers. Basically, I was getting pressure points in here. And see, they've moved that up. So that looks good. Carbon riser, 530 Australian dollars. That's probably American. In fact, in America, Winwin is not as well priced as it is in Australia. And I think that's probably because there's not a lot of Winwin dealers in America. I think what happens with Winwin in America is there's a couple of distributors, and they might be making slightly bigger margins on Winwin than they are on other products. I mean, it's still not bad priced in America, but in Australia it's actually better priced relatively to America. So I'm going to guess that's 530 Australian dollars, which would be about 350 American, which I'm going to guess in America probably sells for about 400 American dollars. And I think that covers most of the new products this week in the store. And that's probably more products than I could think of. So hopefully what I'm going to do is, as new products come in, I'll do this type of video and show you the new products and just keep it quick and short. I don't know how quick that was. Anyway, better go home and do some shooting and get ready and clean the house. Okay, thanks. Bye. See you later.